What up, people? Listen, I just went live 2 seconds ago and I'm right back because I missed a couple of things and I wanted to address them. I saw somebody ask, what is a cash mob? Right? Because the last video I just did was talking about can cash mobs help with building and saving black wealth. But I know I mentioned it once or twice, but I probably should mention it again. What is a cash mob and what you know what is it? How's it done? Who's it for? Okay, so real quick, what's a cash mob? A cash mob is when you gather at least 20 people, you go to a black owned establishment, you buy at least $20 per piece, spend $20 per piece, and so that's roughly $400 per person. Excuse me, that's $400 in a day. Now you can do more. I've had cash mobs that were one day for a couple hours and some of them were a couple hours, right? But I wanted to make sure that I touched on this because the other thing I forgot to touch on was one cash mob that for all this social media stuff, this is the one thing that makes me most proud. And so there was a cash mob that I was a part of. Some people say it was me. It wasn't. It was a team of people. All right. I got a phone call and he said, Kamari, hey, this business is about to go out of business. And this business was Hakeem's Bookstore. And Hakeem's Bookstore was the very first Black owned business in the city of Philadelphia. And that is located in the West Philadelphia section of Philadelphia on 52nd Street. And Hakeem is a long transition, but now his daughter, Yvonne, runs the store. Right. And she was thinking about going out of business. And so, like I said, I got a phone call and said, hey, they're thinking about going out of business. And they said, let's get involved. And so we got involved. A team of us got involved. And what was crazy about that time, it was just timing. This goes to show why timing is so important with things. That not only us, we got involved, a couple other groups got involved. The newspaper picked it up. The Roots were involved with it. I was interviewed for the newspaper for that. And so, again, let me see if I can find that article. I just found it earlier. But there was a lot of things going on that really led to the success of this cash mob. And long story short, the lady, Miss Yvonne, decided to stay in business. So this was about 10 years ago. This was about 10 years ago. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull this up. Sometimes if you do not have your subscription to the local newspaper here, they won't share it out. But let's see. Let's see. I got my ad blocker wrong. They hate me because I don't like ads. So there we go. All right. So there we go. All right. Let's pull this up. Let's pull it up. Here we go. All right. So, all right. I just signed in. I don't know why it's making me sign in again. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So here it is. Philly stepping up to save oldest African American bookstore. The response has been overwhelming. When Philly steps up, almost anything is possible. That is true. That is so true. So again, that's Miss Yvonne Blake. She is now the owner proprietor of Hakeem's Bookstore, which is on 52nd Street. It's the oldest Black-owned bookstore in the city of Philadelphia. And so here, let's see, let me blow this up so you can check it out. Blew that up. All right. So here you see, remember I was telling you that the Roots got involved. And so this was, let me see here. Let me see here. From all over with memories about the bookstore that was started by Blake's late father, Tariq Hakeem, many including Tariq Blackfoot Trotter, that's the Roots, one of the Root founders, have shared the story on social media under under hashtag Save Hakeems. And as we go down, There's other really, really notable people. And if you go here, right here, let's see if we can highlight that. Let's see. Here we go. I don't know if Mr. Yvonne realized how big of an effect the store had on so many people in the community. Said co-founder Kamari Ellis. Now it's about keeping this store. All right. So I was quoted in the paper as well. And so for me, cash miles mean a lot. Now, I did a list was just the most popular. I did cash miles at Black-owned restaurants, Black-owned shoe stores, Black-owned tailors, Black-owned, Back-owned. Let's see. I'm trying to think about what to call it. So there was a business that did like hair and skincare. I don't know what it was. I can't think of the name of it though. That was the very, very first one too, by the way. But let's just say a skincare company, right? It seems like the most successful cash mobs though that I did outside of the one at Hakeem's, that was an anomaly. They were at restaurants. People love to get together and eat. Our people love to get together and eat. So again, what is a cash mob? Getting 20 people together that will spend a minimum of $20 at this establishment that you are going to target. Normally it is done to help save folks from going out of business. It helps generate more outside of the money. It helps generate more energy and momentum and marketing buzz. Again, like I said, I've done it maybe not as a cash mob for everything, but I've done campaigns to bring attention to many Black-owned institutions. Matter of fact, we did a cash mob earlier this year with Jimmy, the Black Wolf Rebels, Jimmy, Corey, myself, and we interviewed the Black-owned investment club, the president, Joe Wilson. Matter of fact, now I think about it, Joe Wilson was a part of the Hakeem's bookstore cash mob as well, now I think about it. And so we did a cash mob at a Black-owned coffee shop here in Philadelphia called Coffee, Creams, and Dreams, which is downtown on Fairmount Avenue. So I believe fervently that we have to get from behind these computer screens and, our keyboards, and we got to get out and be with the people. We got to get out and get active with the people. We got to get out and organize with the people for things that truly matter in the community. And I would say this is one of them. Cash mobs is one of them. It is a tangible thing that you can do to, one, build community and fellowship, and also drive dollars, because we need dollars, y'all. When they say money is the root of all evil, that is a lie. The love of money is the root of all evil, but we need money because it is a tool to keep the lights on, to keep food on the table, to keep a shelter and roof over our head, and to keep clothes on our back. So we shouldn't get that confused, because that is really, really important. But again, I saw last live a couple minutes ago, I missed some comments. People had asked what was a cash mob, so I just wanted to jump right back on. So I was sitting in a seat, and I said, well, let me address it right now so I don't miss out on anybody. So if anybody has any other questions about cash mobs, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If not, I will be back probably tomorrow or sometime over the weekend or sooner. You never know. Like, I just did one live and just went live on another one. So again, by the way, I don't even think I introduced myself. For those who do not know me, my name is Kamari Ellis. Many call me the Finance Rebel. I'm a tax accountant, former financial advisor. I love the Black community. I'm always trying to figure out ways to better the Black community in the ways where I operate, which is money and taxes. And just try to do things and be a good brother in the community. That's what I try to do, y'all. So I cover these issues about money, topics, culture, and politics, usually anything to do with money, because actually everything deals with money. And I see a connection to money with any and everything. And people actually hate that I cover politics sometimes, but I cover politics because politics is all about money. Politics is about wealth. But many of us have been trained to think that politics is just about a vote. It is not. It's a whole system. But, I'll come and talk about that because I just want to share what I see. You might not agree with me. That's fine. But I'm just doing my part. I'm trying to do my part and say, hey, there's something going on over here that we probably should look at. So, but if anybody has anything that they want me to cover, feel free to send me an email. You can email me at kamariellis@gmail.com. Again, kamariellis@gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to cover it. If I have, because I can't cover everything, right? Some things I shouldn't touch because, for example, I usually don't touch relationship stuff just because it becomes bombastic and kind of goofy at some point. Everybody's relationship is their relationship. But every now and then I will dip my toe in. Every now and again, if I have something to say. But again, that's all I got for right now, y'all. I'll see y'all the next time. Have a great day.